Hello everybody, Brandon Parker back again with another tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing everybody how to animate images and stuff if you want to do something with images and stuff like that within Sony Vegas. So before I get started, I'm going to refresh your memory on how to get your video preview and stuff like that, all your tabs, anything that you deleted out or got rid of and you want it back and you did it on accident. I'm going to refresh your memory. So what we're going to do is I'm going to maximize this inside my virtual version of Windows on my Mac. Okay, and say we got rid of this, we got rid of this, this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, we want it all back. Go to inside your view tab. Okay, go in there, check your video preview, check that, it'll come back. Okay, check your project media. Okay, check your transitions because you want that, and you want your no, you don't need plugin manager. Okay, we want that. Okay, video effects, we want that. Okay, we want let's see, anything else. You may or may not want the trimmer. I like the trimmer. It's one of my favorite features. Reminds me of Final Cut Pro 7. But since I got Final Cut Pro X, that's the new version of Final Cut Pro that I'm on now. No, I just got that a week ago, so I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that for Mac users. And there's some things about that that I don't like, I miss in Final Cut Pro 7. Okay, so I like the trimmer, and so I like that when I'm using Sony Vegas. Okay, and let's see. Okay, now we're going to show you how to get started with your photos and everything, how to animate them. I'm going to show you what this looks like a little bit. So I can only show you like this much right about in here. So I'm going to show you what I've done here a little bit. Okay, what this looks like. What I did is, mostly what I did is I video event pan and cropped this, then added my keying out my points and everything. I added that. And I'm just moving it a little bit, and then I added like a little bit of an animation on top, kind of like a ribbon animation, line animation, whatever you want to call that I downloaded. You can create this in After Effects if you have After Effects. With this, I didn't actually create this. I downloaded this from YouTube somewhere. I'll find a YouTube video and put a link to that has some sweet links to get some. I like to create my own a lot of times. Like you see in a lot of my videos that I've done when I'm standing in front of the green screen or whatever, I've added some cool sweet effects. Once you go out to my Spinock channel and see some of my video reviews, I did that in Final Cut. And I created those in Final Cut and some in After Effects and everything with some of the stuff that I have there. Okay. Then I added a fade to black transition on this. And I'm zooming in. The more you zoomed in, the better you're going to be able to edit and everything. So what I'm going to do is show you, okay, some of the stuff. So let's get started. Let's add another image. Let's see. Let's go to, let's see. Let's just delete all this that I've done here and just show you. It's a lot easier. So let's just get rid of all this. Cut this out. Not copy, but cut. Okay. I'll cut this out too. Okay, make sure that I put this back to normal. Put this back to, make sure it's on normal, which is source alpha. All this, okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag an image, go to my project media, move the tab over to the front, because this is what I want. Project media, video effects, media generator, and in that order. You can do that as well, drag the order of them. Okay, let's go to one of the images. I like this one. Pretty neat. So we're going to go to this image right here. Okay, then we're going to resize this. So I'm going to split right here, which is the S on your keyboard to cut this out. Okay, that part. Okay, and then I'm going to zoom in a lot more. Okay, it's about 10 seconds. 0.15, actually not 10 seconds. It's about 1 second now. Okay, you probably would want this to be like, I'd put it at 2 seconds for right now. Okay. And the color of it, okay, it's the color of the track, because we have this, we have a gradient map on this, You might want to get rid of it. Okay, see, you want to add color, add a gradient map for color, color balance, whatever. You can mix them all up, play around with all of them. I showed you that in one of my other tutorials. I'm going to put a gradient map on this. Just leave it as that for the color. Put it to purple, darken it up right there. Leave the white, less white, to right about there. Maybe you want to have this blue to match that or something. Yeah, I'll put it on blue, dark, dark, dark blue. Right about there. Brighten this up again, depending on how you did your colors. Okay, we want this right there. We go back to the blue right here, play around with this. Add a tad bit of blue. Play around with the black, maybe you want less black. To right about there, I guess. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate this, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit, just a tad, to probably right there, to right there, and then I'm going to right click this. If you go into media effects and you add an effect in here, you're going to, and then you accidentally click on video effects, you're still going to have to add an effect because they're two different things, two different parts. So say that you went to your media effects. Okay, I'm going to put an effect on here. I'm going to put like song. I'm going to put like cookie cutter. Let's go to cookie cutter. Search for cookie cutter. Where is it? On here. It's okay. Where's cookie cutter? It's right here. Okay, we're going to go to OK on this. Okay, we add a cookie cutter. We want this to be square. Okay. Square. We want to have a border on this. We want the border to be white, so change the border color. We want this to be white. Okay, we want the size of the border. We want it to be, actually, let's put it to like blue or something so you can see it. So I'll put it to blue. Feather, you want some feather, the size of the border. Okay, on this. Okay, let's put the size of this to right about there. Okay, just to show you real fast, and then I'll go to video event effects. See, you have to add it again because there's nothing in here. Go to OK, and there's nothing in there. So you go to your video event. So you're gonna have to add it again. So make sure you stay in the same area. Stay in your media effects. If you want, yeah, stay in one spot because if you go to the other, you'll be all confused and everything. I thought I'd show you some of that because I just noticed that. I've never really never really messed with that too much, but I just messing around, I just noticed that that if you do that, and I just came across that like today, so first time. So yeah, so, and I've used Sony Vegas for a good while and everything, and I never came across that before. So just stay in here. So we're gonna add all your effects in the same spot. So we're in media effects. So add them. It'll probably be on your whole. It'll be on your whole thing. Your well, if you stay on your yeah, the track effects is another separate thing. It'll be on the whole thing. That's your track effects. So stay. So when you're on your medias, just stay here because if we go to video effects, it'll be all in a different section of the clip. So okay, we added that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to animate this. So let's go to back to this. See, yeah, it's in your. So just go to your media effects and click this out. Just cut this out so that when you click on this, just go to your. This is your video event effects. Yeah, just go to your video event effects so that when you click on that little icon at the bottom right, it'll be easier. Yeah, so just do this. Okay, we're gonna just add cookie cutter. Okay, go to add. Okay, back again. We're gonna go to making this square. Okay. Don't mess with that for right now. Just change the color to blue. Okay, we want borders. So two right about there for now. We're gonna play around with resizing the image. Okay, we're gonna resize the image to right here. Okay, at the beginning at 0, where it starts, we want it to be this size, full size. You can also do this. Right click, go to switches. Because if you go to your switches right here and you right click, uncheck maintain aspect ratio, it'll make it full size, and we're just it'll make it full size, but sometimes it'll stretch it out too much, and it'll look funny when you're let's see when you're trying to crop it. It'll look funny a little bit. Yeah, see, like that, and it'll kind of look funny when you're trying to crop it and everything a little bit. So I just shut it off when you're messing around with your images. I just shut it off by checking it back again. Switches, make sure it's maintained. Okay, so now it doesn't look off now, but other than you're going to have to fix your event pan. You're going to have to fix this. Okay, fix this. Okay, to however size you want it. So I think it kind of, certain things kind of look cool in, I'd say, I don't know, widescreen a little bit. Like this, I would say probably widescreen it maybe. But since we added like a cookie cutter, it might not be a good idea to widescreen it. Okay, so we're going to play around with the cookie cutter. Let's go back to the video event effects, cookie cutter. Okay, size the cookie cutter. Okay, we want to repeat the X or the Y. Repeat it. Probably repeat the. Okay, size of this. With this, you might want to play around with it to right about here. Border less feather. Okay, you might want to have that. Okay, if you mess around with the X too much, and the Y. So do it all the way to 10 for one. Size. Okay, go to right here. Just move this. Move this to be up. Because you can only like pretty much move it to be up. Make sure it doesn't look cut off or whatever. Play around with that. Okay. You want to zoom in to like right about here, maybe. Okay, you're zooming in, zooming in, zooming in. Okay. A little bit. Right about there. Maybe you want to add the same image. Okay, so we're going to add this again. Okay, we're going to add it right here. Let's delete this. Cut this track out. Delete the track. Okay, let's copy this. Let's go to duplicate track. Okay, right here. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of, let's go to this. Well, not get rid of this, but we're going to, instead of having it all on the X, we're going to put it all on the Y. Okay. Size. Okay. Okay, maybe you might want to add this. See right here? It'll add a different effect a little bit. Play around with the size of this. Okay. Don't repeat both of them, the X and the Y, more at the same time, because you. So size, let's play around with this. Right there. See that right there? We're adding kind of a sweet effect right there with the cookie cutter a little bit. You can see that right there. You're playing around with it. I just lighten the clip that's on top, so it'll blend in. Feather, play around with that. The more you feather, I think it comes in a lot better. And mess around with the position of it. So we're gonna keep. Okay, let's see. Okay, right here, the image might be cut off at the bottom somewhere. So, so we're gonna play around with that. So it's the one on top, right? Okay, the one on top. make sure they blend together, because it'll look cut off. So try to match them up. Okay. It's right about there. Animate the cookie cutter. Okay, let's animate the cookie cutter. Okay, let's animate this, the cookie cutter. Let's animate it. Okay, we want to move it at right about here. Make sure it's not cut off anywhere. Okay, let's animate the one on the top. Okay, we want to animate the one on the bottom. Okay, animate the one on the bottom. Let's move it all the way to here at this time. Okay, the size might want to... Oh, make sure the Y is all the way. That's why on this one it looks off right there. Okay, move it up. Okay, it's to right about here. Okay, this we're gonna even pan and crop this. See right about here. Okay, right about there. Okay, you have to play around with the image a little bit right there. Now we're gonna see how this looks a little bit. So let's go to Shift B to view it. You can see that right there. That's pretty sweet. You can play around with the resizing of the event of the cookie cutter. Let's see, play around with that a little bit. Okay. Okay, you can animate it some more. Maybe because of right here, let's go back to right here. Okay, on the one in the bottom. Okay, we're going to fix this. Oh, edit, undo. Make sure it's this right here that we're moving. Okay, make it to go with this. So it blends in. Okay, blend it in right there. Okay. You might want to fix the one on the top too. Okay, fix the one on the top. Oops, edit, undo. Because I'm on the last point. We got to get on to this point. Okay, turn it back. Zoom in a lot more. Okay, to right about there. Make sure they're both the same, or it's gonna look cut off. Okay, now let's go back to the cookie cutter one on the bottom. Let's size it. To right about there. Okay, right about here. We want it to move. Okay, play around with that. You could change different stuff around with it a little bit. Okay. See that right there? See that? And that's pretty much it right there. You could do a bunch of stuff with the cookie cutter. You could change the size. You could change a different kind. Okay, so right about here, the one on the top. Okay, the one on the top. I'm going to, let's see, let's go to event banner pack and crop this. The one on the top. Okay, make sure it's blending in. Okay, so it doesn't look cut off. Okay, right there a little bit. Okay, zoom in a little more. There we go, right about there. Now they look like they belong together. Okay, now we're gonna see how this looks again. Just to right about here, real quick. Okay, I guess it's already right there. So just skip that. Okay, that's pretty much it. Animating images and stuff. Playing around a little bit. Just showing you around with the cookie cutter. Something like that. Playing around a little bit right there. Something like that. Makes it look like it's crossing into each other. Now you're gonna have to play with it a lot longer to get it perfectly so that it doesn't look cut off on the top. Play around with the event banner crop. You play around with the cookie cutter. You could like even do this with the cookie cutter. You can even make it circle. Just see how that would look. Okay, and then you probably want to repeat the X. Don't want to repeat it. You might want to go to repeat the Y only. Or something. But it's wanting to change, so get rid of this, cut this out. So that, okay, we're on here, we don't want to repeat the Y or the X. We don't want to repeat any of it. We don't want to repeat, because on the circle it'll look funny if you repeat it. So we want to get it to show parts of it. To right about here, do a little effect. Okay, feather, we might want to lighten the feather a little bit. Maybe the border. Okay, maybe you want to change the size. See that right there? That looks pretty sweet a little bit. See that? Trying to come in right there. A little bit. You can see, depending on how you did it, you might want to, I don't know, play around with it, make it screen it, or you might want to, let's see what highlighting it does. Okay, it does that. You can probably try multiplying. Let's go back. Multiplying it. No, multiplying it, it's too dark because the background, everything. Subtract. Yeah, don't subtract it. Dodging it, that doesn't really do any showing it that much. Just leave it as lightening it. I'll just leave it as lighten for right now. I'll go back again, animate some more of it. Okay, let's go and animate this. Okay, let's see, let's go to right about here. Okay, let's say to right about there. Let's go to, let's see, if we want it to move to right here. Okay, we want it to be, I don't know, we want it to be size there, feather there, size there. Okay, see how that looks. Oh, and I added like, oh, let's see. Okay, let's go to like right here, I guess. You see how that looks? Okay, that's something different right there. You play around with all the cookie cutters a lot more. And you could do it with different images, something like that. That's how a lot of people do theirs when they do Sony Vegas with their images. Some you might see on YouTube or whatever. Some that I've seen on YouTube, I noticed that they're doing stuff like that. You can add like a texture in the background, get a texture or whatever. You can add like a solid color. This maybe. Let's add another track. Okay. Insert video track. Okay, put this on there. Okay, maybe you might want to do this. Something like this. Add something a little different. You're gonna have to play around with the colors a little bit because it might change it a little bit. The lightning of this a little bit. Sometimes I kind of don't like it on Sony Vegas when you add it onto the top. Kind of distorts the ones that are in the bottom a little bit. I notice when I'm editing in like Final Cut, it only does it to the one on the top. It doesn't mess up anything else. Like it lightens it a little bit or whatever. I don't really like that. So you have to play around with. You have to be careful when you're messing with the one that is on the top track. You're gonna have to be careful when it's lightened or a little bit or overlaid or something like that. See, or subtract or something like that. See, even has a different kind of feel to it a little bit. So you have to play around with it a little bit. Try to make sure they match in color because sometimes when you have multiple tracks, there are different colors and everything. It kind of messes it up a little bit. That's one of the things I don't really like about Sony Vegas. But that's pretty much it on this tutorial. I hope you got what you're looking for. Sorry if it was a bit too long. I just wanted to show you some tricks a little bit with the images a little bit. And also I wanted to refresh your memory on how to get your video preview or any of your tabs to come back because I've been getting a lot of questions on that. So if you got any more Sony Vegas questions, bring them on to me. In my next Sony Vegas tutorial, I'll be showing you how to mess with the audio a little bit, how to remix. Maybe you want to remix something in here a little bit. You can do a little bit of remixing, but not that much because it's not really an audio remixing. But you can do like a little bit. So I'll show you some with that a little bit, what you can do. All that Sony Vegas will let you with audio. Mostly it's just a video editing program to mess around with images and videos. You can mess around with audio a little bit, and I'll show you that. Okay, later on in the next tutorial for Sony Vegas, and that's it. See you later. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and check out my Spinock channel. On that channel I do random videos. So far I've done movie reviews and I've done parody videos. I plan on doing a bunch of others when I get around to doing those other videos if I ever get a chance. But so far I'm going to be doing mostly review videos for right now because I've been watching sweet movies and stuff like that. My next movie I'm going to be watching, which is the new Transformers movie, Darker Than the Moon. And that's it, and see you later, and that's it. Come